Yida da 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 do. 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 Yida da 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 da. Please try that with us. Here we go. Yida da 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 do. Yida da 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 da. You sound amazing. Yida da 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 do. Yida da da da. One more time, and I think we've got it. Yida da da da. There you go. Yida da 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 do. Yida da 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 do. Yida da 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 do. Da da da. Yida da 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 do. Yida da 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 da. You're doing amazing. Yida da 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 do. 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 Breathe that in. Nice deep breath. Hold it for a minute and then exhale. Nigunim is how we reach back and reconnect ourselves and ground ourselves with our ancestors, because that's how they sang, no matter where they came from. We could yada-dai, la-la-la, and everybody who caught on to that immediately. I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity to be together, to celebrate Hanukkah, and to welcome in Shabbat. Because for me, if there's ever a week that I need it, it's this week. So we're so grateful that you're here and that we get to light our Chanukiot together tonight and let go away of all the things from this past week we do not wish to carry with us. And we have the opportunity, when we kindle the lights of our Chanukiot tonight, it is taught that when we light that first candle, it connects us to the first light of creation. And at the same time, it's the opportunity to connect to the light inside our heart, which then connects us to the light with everyone around us and everyone in the world, as we continue to increase the light during the time where the days are not just the darkest, as in we have more nighttime than we do daylight. And once again, we lean into the resilience of our ancestors and the faith that the Maccabees had, that when they looked at the oil and said, I'm not so sure, there are those that teach the miracle was not that the oil lasted more than one night. The miracle was that the Maccabees stepped out in faith and lit the candle anyway. So I'm inviting you tonight to light that candle that will also light the light within your heart, and to keep that burning regardless of whatever's going on. And remembering that that light keeps growing inside of you, and we're connected together here, not just in this sanctuary, but also when we leave. Chag Urim Sameach v'Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Ryan asked me to share something with you tonight. As we so often do, we begin tonight with gratitude. Thank you for your understanding and your compassion as we gathered earlier today with our extended family to bury and mourn the passing of one of our family's matriarchs. Thank you for your texts, emails, phone calls, and acts of kindness, including generous tzedakah donations to Temple Israel in memory of Rabbi Carly's beloved Grandma Rosalie. Our tradition teaches that honoring a parent or grandparent and burying our dead are among the most righteous of Jewish acts. Rituals such as laying a dear family member to rest with dignity and loving care help the bereaved navigate the pain and disorientation of mourning. In truth, all rituals are bridges, ushering us from one moment to another, one season to the next, and one life stage to another. Ritual adds meaning in times of simcha and lifts us up in moments of sorrow and darkness. Tonight, we gather at a particularly heavy moment for the wider Jewish community. The terrorist attack at Bondi Beach, incidents at Hanukkah celebrations elsewhere around the world, and the murders this week of prominent Jews in Hollywood and academia have shaken us deeply. The juxtaposition of the joy and light of Hanukkah with so much fear and violence is difficult to fathom. There is uncertainty. There is anxiety. This is not normal. And yet, Jewish tradition insists that it is precisely in moments like these that we must choose light. This week, we light the Hanukkah menorah, not a light meant for practical use, but as our sages taught, a light meant simply to be seen, a public declaration of faith, a connection to one another, a commitment to shining light into the darkness. In dark times, we increase our light, night after night, through visible persistence, presence, especially that beautiful light going on right there. Yes, we love the light. Ellie, it's okay, stay. Lighting Hanukkah candles will not eliminate life's struggles or make the journey easy. But as one scholar writes, our good actions might not change what happens, but they might make its badness less. In the words of Rabbi Aaron Pankin of blessed memory, our actions may not change the ultimate outcome one iota, but they alter our attitude, bolster our ability to withstand challenges, and see life's value and chaos and dismay. Tonight, through ritual, the lighting of these Hanukkah candles here in community, we choose to transcend the harshness of the moment and affirm together that light still endures. Yai-da-dai-da-dai-dai-do. 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 Take a nice deep breath in, and if all you can do tonight is breathe and feel the bottom of your feet on the floor of this sanctuary, it is more than enough. Now we get to embrace the light and light our Chanukiot. I will ask you to please bring your prayer books up with you when you do this. So everyone who has a Chanukiah up here, please come on up. Bring a prayer book with you, and we'll light together. Thank you for your help with that.
Oh, is that yours?
Well, now what's... And as we turn to page 279, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim b'imotenu ve'imotenu bayamim ha'hem b'azman ha'hem. And as we turn to page 365 from Ma'ot Zor. Ma'ot Zor Yeshuati L'chainai L'shameach Tikom Beiti Filati L'sham Todah L'itekin Rock of ages, in our saving power, you amid the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Pure is the ourselves, but your arm I veiled us, and your word And it's my honor to call up Patty and Larry Abramson to light our Shabbat candles. As we all turn to page 3, please join me at the top of the page. Page 3 at the top, let's read together. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Take a moment to take in the light for your connection to the light from these beautiful Chanukiot, remembering that when you lit the first candle, it connected you to the first light of creation. And may it ground you in us and help us to multiply our light. We turn to pages 20 and 21 for Lecha Dodi. And it is our minhag, our custom, to sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And if you're able to please rise for verse 9. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat likavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat likavela. Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha ishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad u'shemo tiferet elitilat. Lecha b'nei Shabbat tikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat tikavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mikor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tefila. Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat tikavela. Itoreri ki ba'orech kumi ori shir daber remain standing as we turn to page 28 for our official call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevo. And you reply, Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Please be seated. It is my honor to call up Jane Herring as we turn to page 31, the reading on the bottom. Jane will lead us in this reading together. Page 31 on the bottom of the page.
This is an hour of our change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim.
As we turn to page 34 and 35, we rise in body or spirit for the watchwords of our faith, Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va. Please be seated. We continue Shema on page 36 with Ve'ahavta, and you shall love. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Alevavecha Vishinantam Levanecha Vidibarta Bam Vishivtecha V'veitecha Uvlechtecha Vaderech Ushokbecha uvekumecha Ukshartam leot hayadecha Vehayu letotafot bein einecha Uchtabtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvish'arecha Leman tizkeru Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'item kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lehiod lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. Breathing in one more time. You're still connected to your inner light, to that first light at the beginning of creation. Breathe it in. As we prepare for our song of freedom, Michamocha, may it help us to free ourselves from so many of the things that we've carried and experience this week so that we may let them go and not bring them into this sacred time of Shabbat. And as tradition, during Chanukah, the Michamocha is sung to the tune of Ma'ot Zor. So that's what we'll do tonight as we turn to page 40 for Michamocha, our song of freedom. And in what has become our minhag, our tradition since October 7th, 2023, we turn to page 259 as we prepare for Howard to lead us in the prayer for the state of Israel and remembering Ron Gavili, who is the one hostage we are still waiting to be returned so that he may be buried sacredly and with love. Howard, will you lead us?
No. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And as we turn to pages 43 and 42, sing the tune that Noah Aronson wrote where he combined the English on the top of page 43 with Hashkivenu on 42. Please join us. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. That brings us to our central prayer, the Amidah, which gives us another opportunity to anchor and to ground, not only in the light, but to remember upon whose shoulders we stand. That is our ancestors, and we're grateful for the covenant that they made on our behalf years ago that allows us to be here today. So we'll begin together on page 46, and then continue silently on pages 48 through 50, or the prayers in your heart, the beautiful prayers and dancing of our Chanukiot and Shabbat candles up here. And when you finish, if you would please be seated. For now, we rise in body or spirit as we turn to page 46. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. we turn to page 264. 264. Hanukkah and Passover is when Ahanisim is in our liturgy, the 2 times of our year. We give thanks for the miracle of light and of this time of rededication to light. And I was asked, why only miracles 2 times of the year? If you're like me, I look for the miracles in every single day. And this is a wonderful miracle. We are here together tonight, so I hope that you can take that in. When Mishkan Tefillah was put together, they added the Imotenu to the She'asita Lavotenu V'Imotenu, so that all of our ancestors are represented. So I just wanted to point that out. We did the same thing in the candle blessing. Al Hanisim Ve'al HaKurkan Ve'al HaGvurot Ve'al HaTshuot Ve'al HaMichamot She'asita Lavotenu Ve'imotenu Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman. You can try that with us. Sing the words, lie, lie, lie. Here we go. Al Hanisim Ve'al HaKurkan Ve'al HaGvurot Ve'al HaTshuot Ve'al HaMichamot She'asita Lavotenu Ve'imotenu Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman Hazeh. Al Hanisim Ve'al HaKurkan Ve'al HaGvurot Ve'al HaTshuot Ve'al HaMichamot She'asita Lavotenu Ve'imotenu Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman Hazeh. Al Hanisim Ve'al HaKurkan Ve'al HaGvurot Ve'al HaTshuot Ve'al HaMichamot She'asita Lavotenu Ve'imotenu Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman. Vayamim Ha'hem. Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman Hazeh. One last time. Vayamim Ha'hem Bazman Hazeh. I'm so grateful to have our choir with us tonight. We lit the Chanukiah together Wednesday, which has now become an annual tradition at the beginning of rehearsal, which is wonderful to do and wonderful to be together. Yes. That brings us to our prayer for healing. And as we turn to page 253, I'd like to follow the tradition that our beloved Debbie Friedman taught us. And whenever she was in concert or visiting a synagogue, she always had us sing it 2 times. The first time is for us. And if there's ever a Friday night that we need that, I think that it's tonight. So as we turn to page 253, and you check your breath, it's another time to ground, connect to the light within you, and any heaviness that you're carrying, may it be healed. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, and as you breathe that in for yourself, and it reaches all the places that need comforting and healing, we breathe it in, we hold on to it, and we let it go. And now we take another breath and we call to mind all the people that we would like to pray for, that are in need of healing body, mind, and spirit. And if you're comfortable enough to share their names aloud as I go around the room, I believe that increases the healing. And if you'd like to keep them in your heart, you may hold your hand to their heart too and think their name. So many names. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. and let us say, Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Ve'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen, Amen. May our prayers be heard. And can you hear Ratzon? May it be so. As once again we breathe in, feeling the soles of our feet, our shoes on the floor, looking at our Ner Tamid that's always glowing, and the reminder that that same light glows inside of us, and that we're always connected to that, the first light of creation, and the light with each of us here, even when we leave this space. Yai-da-dai-da-dai-dai-do. 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 Yai-da-dai-da-dai-do. Yai-da-dai-da-dai-dai-do. 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 It's now my honor to call up Debbie Hirsch and Hugo Ottolenghi to open up our ark doors for Aleinu. As we begin on page 282 and then turn to page 287. Please rise in body or spirit. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'guye haratzot, ve'lo zamanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'kor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני
המלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. Our hearts turn to those we have lost in recent days. Minister Gloria Glynn, Marilyn Ozar, Rosalie Weisbrod, and those on Bondi Beach, Matilda Potavchenko, 10 years old. Alex Klateman, 87 years old. Marika Bogani, 82. Dan Elkayem, 27. Rabbi Ela Schlanger, 41. Leaving behind a wife and 5 children, one of those a 2-month-old baby boy. Peter Meager, 61. Reuven Morrison, 62. Tibor Weitzen, 78. Yaakov Halevi Levitin. We also recall to mind those that we've lost of blessed memory in seasons past. Beth Aberman, Ruth Abramson, Dorothy Allen, Frederick Ephraim Alzafan, Emilio Belilti, Fanny R. Bodick, Louis Brazel, Rose Coopersmith, Gerald Davis, Mildred Diamond, Rezo Eckstein, David Feldman, Henrietta Tootsie Fellner, Sam Foreman, Max Freund, Leon Goldsmith, Marion Green, Dr. Robert Green, Edward Gross, Murray Grossman, Bernard Israel Hasselkorn, Harry Holoboff, Arlene Jackenthal, Aaron Candell, Alvin Kaplan, Carol Kosberg, Abraham Landau, Helen Levine, Philip H. Levy, Irving L. Mazur, Henry Metrick, Ron Ogan, Ramona Oliel, Shirley Pascal, George Pesikov, Barbara Rubin, Stanley Safran, Robert L. Schneider, S. Mouchley Small, Julia Tyler, Kevin Walsh, Martin Weinstein, Frida Yarkin, Edith Zolo, and Frida Zuckerberg. Are there any other names you'd like us to remember tonight before the reciting of Kaddish Tome? Please share them now. And as we turn together to page 294, to recite the mourner's Kaddish as we continue to hold joy in one hand and the wonderful attributes of God with grief in the other, and saying Kaddish for those who no longer have someone to say Kaddish for them. Together we say, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman karib v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudashah b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yoma v'yimaru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru. Amen. Zikronam livracha. May their memories always be for an abiding blessing, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated. It is my honor to call up Barry Horowitz to share some announcements with us. Thank you, Barry.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Barry Horowitz, proud to be a Vice President of Temple Israel. As our past President Charlie Eaton might say, I have 3 announcements. Now, I was told if I didn't do the first announcement, there'd be dire consequences, and that's to remind you about the annual Sisterhood Membership Breakfast, which is Sunday on January 11th at 9:30 a.m. The second announcement is self-serving, which is to invite you to the JCC in Palm Beach Gardens on Tuesday, January 13th, to hear Alan Marinis. He is the Dean of the Musar Institute, and he's going to be speaking about his new book, The Shabbat Effect. We have had a long tradition of Musar study in temporal Israel. It's a wonderful spiritual tradition, and I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful, interesting evening. For our third announcement, can I get a big amen? Amen. You could do better than that. Amen. Amen. So I'm inviting you to the last amen at 1901 on Friday, January 9th, where we will celebrate this sacred space for the last time. And with that, I wish you Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Barry. And let's turn to page 5 for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ. Amen. Again, thank you all for being here, for your beautiful light, your presence, your beautiful voices. Thank you, choir. I appreciate you so. Thank you, Mark. And thank you, Matt. There is a blue insert in your Shabbat bulletins, which will be our closing song. Tefillat Haderech is a prayer for leaving, that we may leave safely and we may be blessed. And this is the one that's written by Alana Arian. And this is our blessing as we leave here tonight and carry us into Shabbat. Please don't forget to take your beautiful Chanukiot. I noticed some of the candles are still lit, which is beautiful. And looking forward to our Oneg Shabbat and dinner in the Carter Ballroom immediately following services. Thank you. As we go on our way, bless us with compassion as we walk new paths ahead. Bless us with strength for the journey, and we say Amen. 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 Vibru. Amen. 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 Vibru. Amen. May we be protected. May we feel held and free. May we have patience and wisdom as we go on our way. Bless us with the knowing that we are never alone. Bless us with love for the journey, and we say Amen. 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 Vibru. Amen. 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 Vibru. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.